See, today's topic is understanding macros. See, how exactly? So there are two types: subroutine, function, and there are different locations where you give these macros. You write them, and depending on the location you write them, again the behavior of the macro will change. How exactly it is executed and when it will be executed. These things will matter. Okay, now let me. We'll be covering all these things in this chapter. What is a macro? Difference between VBA and macros. So yesterday I showed you how to turn on the developer tab. Okay. So and modules. So we were speaking about modules. What are they? Types of them, and some macro security settings that you need to understand here. Okay. So now, what is a macro? So I was telling you, it is just a set of instructions or command written in the VB editor using VBA language. See, when we say a software or a program, so it all means there are some set of instructions that you provide to your machine so that they follow those instructions. That is execution. Okay, you want your machine to perform something, then you will provide instructions to it. But when you do that, it needs to be provided in a particular way. Okay, so they are all known as macros. And see, here macros are specially written to automate tasks which are repetitively done, and work that you do manually on regular basis. Yesterday also I was discussing with you while giving you the introduction where exactly we have to use macros, when should we use it, when it is recommended to use. So when you have some repetitive task or a complex task to perform, so then we go for macros. See, again, they can be stored and executed whenever you require to perform that particular task. So, again, so there are such programs which, or most of the programs, they execute or you can execute them whenever you intend to perform the task. So, they can be stored and executed whenever you require. And again, they can be recorded or built according to your requirement. Always I recommend you to build it on your own. See, macros that you write are much more efficient than macros which are recorded. So, I'll tell you the difference. It's more like you direct a movie, professionally take shots, edit it, and present it in a particular way. That is one thing. Or you just go on recording something over your phone recorder, let's say it gets in everything in and around that surroundings recorded. So let's say you're singing some song, along with that someone is yelling at the streets, someone is playing a loud music in the other in the neighborhood, so everything gets recorded. Whatever your mom is preparing something in the kitchen, all that will get recorded. So this record macro is something like that. Every action you perform will get recorded, even with which is unnecessary for you to be. I mean, those lines were not required, but still they get recorded. So that's the difference between a recorded macro and the one that you build. So one that you build will be tailor made. So only the task that you want will be performed. Nothing extra, nothing short of it. So very precise. Okay. And yes, they save a lot of time and also improve accuracy. So the way you perform your task will be really different once you start using macros, especially if it is for a repetitive task. So that is about macro. Let me tell you what's the difference. VBA, Visual Basic for Applications, is a language, whereas macro is the program written using it. Whatever program you write using VBA language are known as macros. Whereas VBA is like a script. So you require some language for giving instructions. That is VBA. So when I say VBA macros, those are programs written using VBA. That you have to understand. Next, we saw this yesterday how to turn on the developer tab. You have to right click on the ribbon, go to Excel, customize the ribbon, and there you get this over here. You just have to enable the developer tab and it will be done for you. So let's de- let's decide where we have to write our macros now. We saw the editor, we saw different windows over there, we saw all such things, properties window, and project explorer, these things. Now suppose I want to write macros. Which place should I choose? They are known as modules. See, they are container for writing and storing macros. These modules are necessary, and they just look like a notepad, nothing more or less. Look like a notepad, but you can see your text will be colored based on whether it's a keyword or comment. So you can see some words being colored in a different way. Okay, and it resembles and behaves like a notepad. It appears in its own window within the VB editor. We call it as code window. Okay, and there are different types of modules available to us in VBA. So these are the different types. See, standard, worksheet, workbook, user form, and class module. These are the 5 types of modules that are available to us in VBA. And in this, the most commonly used module is your standard module. This is the most commonly used one. Most of your programs will be written in standard module only. I will slowly look into the difference between each module. Okay, and in these modules, see, you can also look at the image over here, how exactly these modules will be visible in the VB editor. So you can see here module 1, 2, 3. These are your standard modules. This is how it looks, and you can also look at the icons over here. So this is how your standard modules will look like. And your sheet modules. So yesterday when I was showing you this project explorer, you were asking me, why is this having different icons? So they are objects as well as modules. So here you see sheet 1, 2, 3, 4. Any number of sheets can be there in your workbook. All those can be used as sheet modules, and they look like this. And you have this workbook. This is known as the workbook module. See, in your workbook, you can have any number of standard, worksheet, user form, and class module. But for every workbook, there is only one workbook module. Keep this in mind. There can be only one workbook module. There is no multiple workbook module for any workbook that you have. And you can see here the forms look like this. User form modules will look like this. And your class module has these icons. So this is how you differentiate them. And each module has its own function. Why we are going to use standard, why we are going to use worksheet, workbook. So we are going to learn that again. So yes, Deepak, tell me.
Ma'am, just that question I was asking in the earlier class, ma'am. Just the evening class, I asked, no, that. So I believe that the thing I was asking was this, that the macros which are available in Excel which we can use without doing any coding, they are called the recorded macros, I believe, because they are available in the taskbar to just click on them and start using them. And the user defined customized macros are the ones or to whom which we code in VBA. I think that's a difference. That's a difference, right?
Yes, let me tell you, Deepak. See, even
Yeah.
when you record something, that also gets a code written all by itself. You are not writing that code, but the code exists. in the sheet. Now, without the code, you will not be able to execute it, or just by click of a button or using shortcut, you cannot run if there is no code in the backend. What happens when you record a macro? Some code will be recorded in the backend, but you are not writing it. That's all. See, user defined or the macro that you want to build, you know what you are exactly giving instructions as. But that's not the same with the recorded macro. Let's say you wanted to perform filtering using macros. You select a range, you apply filter, later on you copy paste something. All these things will get recorded. Not only filtering, all the other things also gets recorded. So that is recorded macro. Whereas when you write a macro of your own, you know what should happen, what should not. So only for the instructions that you provide, for the task that you want to perform, you will give instructions. For rest of them, you will not worry. You understood the difference.
So, ma'am, we will be working on both, na? Like the macros which are available in the developer tab
No.
for using
No.
ready-made and both in the coding part, both we will be working, right?
I will show you the difference. Then you choose which is efficient. Okay. I'll
Okay.
show you how your recorded macro will behave and how exactly a code that you write will behave. Then you choose what you want to do. You are learning VBA macro so that you don't have to record it. Okay.
Right.
So it is for someone who don't know how to code. Record macro is for someone who don't know how to code it. So now you are learning because you want to write your own macro rather than recording it. You understand?
Right, ma'am.
Okay. See, standard module. What does this do? It holds the macros written and
No.
recorded. Yes, Rajesh, tell me. Rajesh or Ali?
Ali.
Yes, Ali.
Hmm.
Can you be a little louder?
That one recorded and written, I don't understand.
I'll
Yeah.
show you. Once I show you with the example, you will know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give that example once I finish this chapter.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I just want to clear this topic. Then I'll show you how the recorded macro and this both are different. Okay. See here, we have a standard module. And in this module, you just go on writing programs. And this acts like a folder. It just, stores all those macros that you have written. And whenever you want to execute any particular macro, you can call that procedure or you call that macro and it can be executed. And if that macro is declared as public somewhere, you can use that in the other modules as well. So don't be confused with this part. So it is quite advanced. What I said, the using the public key, we'll discuss that in the further chapters. Okay. Sheet module. See, sheet module, workbook module, forms. So all these modules have events in them. So for any particular event, now I was telling you, double click, right click, activate, deactivate, select, all these are known as events. When a particular event occurs, at that point of time you want to run the macro. You see, instead of assigning your macros to a particular button or shape, and whenever you click them, the macro runs. That is the normal thing. Now, if you have written some macro in a sheet module, or let's say in a workbook module, so it behaves in this way. To whichever event you associate your macro, that event gets triggered as soon as the event occurs. Now, let's say I want to run a macro as soon as I select some cells. It will do that. But the trigger for that macro will be the cell selection. And so each sheet has its own module. The event taking place in that particular sheet only will be the trigger to the macros that you have written. Suppose you have written a macro in sheet module 1, in sheet 1 module, and you perform some event there, like selecting cells, or let's say changing the cell value, something like this. And let's say you have used the same event to write your macro. As soon as the selection happens, the macro that you have written for that event gets triggered and it gets executed. That is how it works here. And each sheet has its own separate sheet module. And you can also hold VBA code for other procedures in sheet module. So let's say you have written some code in standard module. You want to run that macro through some event. You can call the you can call the macro written in a standard module in sheet module also. These things you will understand when we start writing the programs. Workbook module. So I was telling you about this. See, this workbook module will have events occurring at the workbook level, like opening the workbook or navigating between the sheets. You activate some sheet, deactivate some sheet, or you insert a sheet. All these are events occurring at the workbook level, not at the sheet level. Okay, so you can write for these events also. You must have seen, if you have attended our Excel class, you can see the material. As soon as you open that, it will always take you to the title page. Even if you did not, execute anything, it is happening automatically because it is associated with an workbook open event. As soon as the workbook opens, I want the workbook to navigate to a particular sheet. In that workbook, there is a sheet. I always want to see that sheet as soon as the workbook is opened. So the macro that we have written will be for the open event of the workbook. So these things you will understand when we do workbook module. And there is only one workbook module for a workbook. And even this module can hold VBA code for other macros. So let's say you want to develop a form of your own. So you want to collect some information from the users. So suppose you want to uh, register for a course. I want all your details to be provided. I collect your information and I store it in an Excel sheet or Access. So there are many ways in which I can do that. Now let's assume you want to collect information and store it in an Excel sheet. So I don't want the user to look at the sheet where the data of other students are also there. So to avoid that, what I'll do, I'll provide a form to that student. The sheet with data will be hidden. Now when with just a click of a button, form will appear, student will enter details, he'll hit submit. All details that he entered in the form will get recorded in the sheet. So to do such things, we use user form module. It lets you design your own custom forms. And these forms are, they are custom dialog boxes. So you can use it to collect information from the users. And even this module can hold the code for other macros. Class module. See, anyways, this is not going to be taught to you in this course. The class module is not included. I'll tell you why. This is a one level ahead. Only if you know the programming procedures completely, okay, then we can go ahead with it. So this VBA course does not include a class module, but I can tell you why we use this. It is used to create your own object. So yesterday I was telling you what are all objects: your Excel application, workbook, worksheet, cell, chart, image. All these things are considered as objects. Now suppose you want to create your own object, define the properties and methods for it. Class module is the place. You are going to create an object of your own to give properties, methods to it. Those things are done in the class module. Okay. And difference between the modules. So I'll show you with the Excel screen. I'll quickly run through you. But anyways, just look at the points. So let me show you with the Excel screen. You will understand it better. So let's go to Visual Basic. You're able to see this now. See, you can see sheet 1, this workbook. Sheet 1 is your sheet module. This workbook is the workbook module.
No,
Now, yes,
I'm not getting your
you're not able to see
screen.
the screen?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
unable to see the screen.
Okay, I guess now you can see.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I have opened a blank workbook. I'm trying to show you the different modules here in the Project Explorer, how they look and how you can insert it. You just go to Insert tab over here, choose what module do you want to give them. Now, if you choose this module, this is your standard module. This is your standard module. So you look at the icon. So this is how it looks. Now, if I want to give user form, you just have to right click, insert. See, either you can take it right from here, right click, insert, or you could also go to insert tab over here and insert it from here. This is user form module. It's a blank form. We have not added any text box or drop down. It's a blank form for you to design. And class module. So let's look at the difference between each module over here. Now let me start from standard module. I'll double click on it. So this area is known as the code window. As soon as you place the cursor in the code window, you can see in the title bar at the top in which module you are currently working in, whether it's a standard module, sheet module, class, or user form. You will be able to know. It will be matching with the name available in the Project Explorer here. See, currently it shows module 1. I want to rename it, let's say. I'll open properties window. I press F4, I'll get this properties window. See, I have name here. So this module has got only one property, that is name. Let me change. I'll name it as standard module.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, you told that we will not be covering the class module, but like we can see the class module has appeared now in this Explorer. We'll be
I'm
working in this.
showing you how it looks. We are not going to program it in that. I'm telling you what happens with class module. We are not going to work with it, is what I said, what I told you.
Class module is to build a proper application altogether, right?
No, 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 no. It's not for application. To build an object. See,
Ma'am,
VBA, in VBA, you cannot build a standalone application. That's not possible. Okay, you require some supporting application like Excel, Word, PowerPoint. You can use it along with that and automate it. You cannot develop your own software using VBA. That is not possible. Class
ma'am,
module is used to develop your own object, that's all. One object within that application.
but ma'am, yes, yesterday we saw that Excel also is an object, right?
Yes,
Is this correct?
yes.
So Excel is an object which is created in VBA, right?
No. See, that's what I'm telling you. VBA is in support to Excel application. Excel is not developed using VBA. Don't confuse. We are using VBA to automate the tasks that are present in Excel application. We are
Ma'am,
not using VBA to develop Excel application.
if Excel is an object and PowerPoint is also an object,
Yes, it
then
is.
it
See,
means that VBS considering them as objects, right?
VBA does consider Excel application, workbook, sheet, shape, chart, everything as objects. But where did I say it was developed using VBA? You can only utilize their properties and methods. But there are few things that you can do using class module. So not exactly Excel application. You cannot do that using class module. You understand that? You can develop something which can be present in Excel, not out of it, or something separate like Excel application. That is not possible using VBA.
And
Understood?
suppose like
Hmm. Yes, tell me.
like we told that we can't, like we will not be working with the class module and we will not be creating any object, right? So, like user form is also an object. So if we are creating a user form, we are creating an object, right?
User form is a part of it. See, it is a module that you are using to create a form.
Okay.
This is a module. Okay, you are using it to create forms.
So anyways, we will not be creating any objects, right? Only
No,
forms.
no, we are not working on we are not creating any new objects here. I just want to show you what all the modules are there and why they are used. What is their application here? I am trying to explain that.
Right.
Okay, I am differentiating what is standard module, how it is different from the other modules, how each module is different from the other module. I am trying to show you that. Okay, see, now double click on standard module. You can now see standard module over here. Because I changed the name, you can see here standard module. You can see here, and you can see the object drop down and event drop down here. There are two drop downs, object and event drop down. Now in standard module, we don't see any objects, neither events. You don't get to see that. But let me go click on sheet module. I double click on sheet. Now you can see sheet 1 here in the title bar. So now let me take this object drop down again. Worksheet is the object here. I'll choose it. And these are the events that we have related to this worksheet. So these are the list of events for which we can write macro. And they are all listed here. So you can choose any event over here and write a macro associated with that event. Now if I say activate, so whenever the sheet is activated, I want the line of code written here to be triggered by this event, activate event. Okay, so even in sheet module, you get to see object drop down, objects are there and events for that object will be visible to you. And let me show you workbook module. See, even here you get to see object drop down. In that you have workbook and you have again a list of events for that particular workbook object. What all events are possible with the workbook, all those are listed here. You can choose for which event you want to write the program from this drop down. You can choose from this. Next you have user form. You look at it carefully. See, double click on this user form. You get to see the code window again. And you can also see in the title bar, it is shown as user form 1. Again, in user form also, you have object drop down and you get to see user form here. And for the user form, you have event list. So what all events you can choose. So even for class as well, you get to see some object drop down. And with this, you also get to see the events for that particular class. So if you observed closely, apart from standard module, all other modules had objects and events of their own. So that's the major difference here. And let me choose this. That's what we were trying to say. No objects or events are available in standard module. Except standard module, all other modules have their own object and events related to that particular object. If I choose worksheet, for worksheet, you had a list of events. For workbook, you had a list of events. For user form, you had list of events. Same thing with the class also. Okay. So, and you can,
Worksheet, excuse me.
yes,
Hello. The
yes.
worksheet and workbook events, both are same events.
Can you be a little clear? I'm not able to hear.
Worksheet, sheet and workbook events, both are same.
Worksheet and workbook module, they are not same.
The right side which was shown just now,
Let me
the
show
list
you.
of
See,
the
but
declaration.
this workbook is a workbook module. Let me double click on it. You can see here this workbook will be displayed in the title bar, and the object over here will be workbook, not
Okay.
worksheet. And in worksheet,
Yeah.
you get to see worksheet only. You don't see workbook here.
Right side, that right side of the activate button.
Yeah, you have similar kind of events. Events can be the same. So if you are
Events, I'm
activate,
talking about events. Yeah, it's
yeah,
same.
events will repeat. For only few events will repeat, not all of them. But you look at the list. For worksheet, you have only these many number of events. And let me show.
Yeah, what I'm asking, the sheet is a part of a workbook,
Yes,
right?
yes. So that's the reason. You see some of the events are matching,
Okay.
but level of that event will differ because the object hierarchy is going to differ, right? First is workbook, then is worksheet. So activating a workbook is different, activating a sheet is different. See, when I go and select, see, we have multiple sheets, assume. If I select sheet 1, that means I have activated it. Activating a sheet is different. And if I have multiple workbooks and I go select any particular workbook, let's say, then I'm activating the workbook. So activating is same, going and selecting that object. You're activating it. But the level is affected differently.
But sheet,
Sheet is the different level, workbook is a different level.
in which level is more events? You can see in which level, sheet or workbook.
In which level?
The events, more events where we can
More events you will get to see in workbook only
workbook.
because it's a bigger container. It has got sheets and other things. You can see the list is a little longer compared to the
Yeah.
worksheet. Okay, so the list of events, the number of events available to workbook is more when compared to worksheet. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes, tell me.
ma'am, yesterday we discussed that any object can have properties, methods, and events.
Yes.
But we didn't discuss that it can have forms also, right?
Where did I say form is an object? It is a module.
But ma'am, here we can see in the hierarchy, like after this forms module is separate and form is separate. The forms, first it's like Microsoft Excel objects, then forms, then modules, and then class module. So actually, I was
See,
getting
these are the
confused.
locations. So Deepak, I agree sheet is an object. But
Yes.
again, for that sheet, we also have a separate module. That is indicated by this only. We are looking at a sheet module here. All these are modules only. Modules are the location where you are going to place your macros. Okay, they are containers of your macros. Don't confuse with module and object. Okay, though we have a sheet, though we have a workbook, though they are all considered as objects, we have separate modules for them because they all have got events, and for those events we can write macros. And where to store those macros? We need some module, right? So they are those modules. Don't confuse with modules and objects. They both are different.
Modules is a platform to work now.
It is essentially a container, that's all. See, you have lot of files. You organize it in a folder. Yes or no? You have Excel, you have so many other files are there, let's say. You are using a folder to contain those files. You are placing those files there. You are organizing them. These modules are something like the same. They are containers for the macros. Okay, and the way you choose which module you are using and what you are using, that that will actually differ the meaning of your macro. So now if you are using user form, it will be used to create a form. Okay, so this user form module is specifically used to keep your forms. That's it. Just like you have folders organized by default in your Windows. So one folder is kept for pictures, one is for videos, one is for files, documents, and the other folder is for something else. So there are specific folders to store your installed softwares. So you have separate folders to keep these things, correct? So organize the files. So these modules are also going to act in the same way. They are only used to organize your macros that you write.
So we can have multiple modules in a workbook, right?
You can have any number of modules except workbook module. For a workbook, there can be only one workbook module. And all other modules you can have multiple times, like sheet, standard, class. You can have multiple instances of these, except workbook module. Okay, for a workbook, you can keep only one workbook module. Is it clear?
Yeah.